If you're a real estate agent, you shouldn't ignore this when it comes to online marketing, and that is AI platforms as search engines, because that's what they become. I use ChatGPT for search all the time. I put this in here, and here's what came up. We'll get a list of agents, right? People are going to rely on this. I can guarantee you they're going to look at this. They're not even going to think twice. They're going to click. They're going to look for Jason real estate there, okay? Now, here's what's really interesting. And this is why this is so important that you want to do this from time to time, because you want to see exactly what's going on with the links in these AI platforms when they're used for search. Now, what I'm seeing here is we got Fast Expert, which means that ChatGPT right now, this can always change, is relying on the directory Fast Expert. Now, there's tons of these directories. These are lead gen directories. They all kind of function a little bit differently, and some are good and some are terrible, and you never really know until you use it. But I can tell you right now that the fact that ChatGPT is relying on this pretty extensively, that this is a directory you're going to want to get listed in, okay? Now, so I did a little search here. This directory is different in that it's not pay to play or pay to get ranked. You get in the directory and there's no fee, it's free. But if you get a lead through the directory and you ends up being a transaction and a commission generating, Fast Expert will take a percentage of that. And what they then do is they, based on the number of your transactions that you do with them, because they're obviously tracking it, they will rank you on their various pages. And this has a page for Seattle agents right here. Okay, so what they're understanding is, we got Jason who's at the top. He's got a lot of reviews, and he's done 866 sales in the last 3 years, which means they've been registered with Fast Expert, and that is what they're basing the rankings on. So that's very interesting. That's something different. And in my view, the takeaway with this is free to join. Why not join? What will cost you is, if you do get a lead through them and you close a transaction, you're going to pay 25% of some of that commission. I'm not sure on the details. You'll want to read about it, of course, but that's money going to go to Fast Expert. But of course, they're trusting that you will report it, because the more transactions you report, the higher you're going to rank in these pages. And for some reason, ChatGPT is loving Fast Expert's approach to ranking agents. So that's important. Now, how do the other AI platforms deal with this? Well, let's just take a quick look. I think ChatGPT is probably used the most, but we got Claude here. Now, Claude was a little disappointing. It didn't really put its neck out and offer anything. It's just regurgitating Google search here. So this is not extremely helpful. And then there is Perplexity. And Perplexity does it similar to, I'll just go back here, type best real estates in Washington, Seattle, Washington. So we're getting a bunch of, this is Perplexity is kind of a mix of a search engine and /AI. So it's a hybrid. It's also very popular. And we are getting specific realtors listed. But it looks like Perplexity's algorithm is geared toward pulling from realtors who are on realtor.com. We've got a Yelp here. I would never, I'm not a huge fan of Yelp personally, so I would probably focus in this case on getting registered or listed with Realtor. We also do have a Reddit here, which is interesting. That could be potential there. Just be very careful about not being too promotional on Reddit, especially self-promotional, because they're going to hammer down on you pretty big. And then we've got this a roundup article. So what to take away here? Well, there's no really one directory that Perplexity is based on, but we do have List with Clever, which is another type of directory, and that's right here. And so this would be another directory to look into, because the AI platforms are taking notice, okay? They're actually using this here. That's pretty important in my view. So I would take a look here and see if it's worth listing with Clever. I would certainly do it with Fast Expert, just because of how ChatGPT has given a lot of weight to this particular directory. Anyways, this is the future of search traffic from the internet. We have to look beyond Google. And one additional benefit when you list with these directories is it's going to help your Google My Business pages or the Google Business pages, right? Because it's another directory, it's another mention of your brand and your contact info and all of that. And if it's on a legit site, which these are legit sites, I don't know them, but I mean clearly this Fast Expert's got a lot of agents built in there. This is a thriving lead site, and Clever's looking pretty good too. So these would be legit directories to get listed on, even just for your Google business page presence, but for the potential of getting links and mentions in the AI, it's a no-brainer. Thanks for watching.